Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law. Where's your witness?
In the evidence.
That's hearsay.
It's notarized.
I still say it's hearsay.
She's fair.
You got to help these young men learn how to do this the right way.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's firm.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
No, I don't need to say anything else.
She's honest.
I'm not your child and I'm not your friend. That's the order of the court. Goodbye.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean.
All rise. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Mablean presiding. Both parties, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated. This is the matter of June Silas versus Noah Gada. Is that right? Gadai. Okay, thank you. You're suing him for $2,500 for the cost that you incurred to be a part of his cult. Is that what you called it? Mm-hmm. So tell me what's going on here.
I'm here today because I'm suing the defendant for defrauding me into joining this cult under the guise of it being religious enlightenment.
Your Honor, it's not a cult.
Hold on.
And
You cut her off mid-sentence. Under the guise of it being?
For religious enlightenment.
So you're saying he defrauded you into joining the cult?
And he swindled me into spending my own money to get him followers, like recruit more people for him.
Now, how did he convince you to join? And then tell me why you call it a cult.
He basically approached me at this spiritual conference where he was a speaker, and he told me that he saw the light and that he could help me get over past trauma if I took his classes, and then maybe he would accept me as like one of his students.
So what was the spiritual conference you were attending?
It was for victims of sexual abuse.
And why do you say it was under the guise of religious enlightenment? Did he say something about religion?
Yeah, he said that if I basically walked the same path as him, that it would lead to healing, and that I needed to part ways with a lot of things in order for healing to happen.
Now, when he was teaching the class, did he talk about parting ways with things and letting some of the things from the past go and trying new and different things in life?
So in the beginning, it was very like vanilla, like none of that really came up, and that's why in the beginning I was like, oh, this is going to be a good, positive thing. And then when we got to the classes where it was one-on-one, just me and him, which is like the final level, he basically told me that, you know, he had a lot of faith that I could move forward in this program, but that I would need to make some sacrifices. I would need to move into the commune with him and cut ties with my family and friends.
Your Honor, I never said...
Hold on a second. Since he said commune with him, that meant it was other people there.
Yeah, there were other women as well that he had probably recruited under similar circumstances.
Move into the commune with him and do what else?
Basically, I would recruit people for him, so I would have to go around and convince people to buy into his ideology and buy his religiously charged instruments.
Oh, there were some instruments involved?
Yes, he actually had us pay out of pocket for these instruments, and they were allegedly like spiritually charged for whoever would buy them, which, I mean, obviously this is like...
What is it?
It's like an AliExpress, really cheap flute.
And what did that cost?
$400.
And he said it was spiritually charged?
Yes, and he would insist that we had to push them onto these other women and get them to buy them.
And how many did you have to buy?
I had to buy about 10 of them.
So how'd you get to $2,500?
I spent a lot as well on the hotels, the gas, as well as like, you know, just...
What do you mean by, why are you spending money on hotels and gas?
He had us travel to these different places to do these conferences and kind of like talk to other people and recruit them. So it was basically like a pyramid scheme.
Okay. And how much would you get for recruiting?
I would not get a lot unless somebody that I recruited somebody else.
Okay, got you, like a pyramid scheme. Now, what do you have to say about this?
First off, we're not a cult. We're a religious group.
And what's your religious group?
We are the Light of Mindfulness.
The Light of Mindfulness, okay.
June joined the group of her own free will, and I did ask her to move in with us because I thought she would be an asset to the group. For some reason...
How many people are in this commune?
I mean, that live in the commune?
Yes.
Right now, about 40.
And how many were living there when she moved in?
About the same number.
And is it all women?
No.
So it's mixed.
Yes.
All ages? Or
Yes.
all adults?
All adults. We don't have children. No.
And all victims of sexual abuse?
No. All victims of some trauma of different kinds because we're
Okay.
trying to help them.
Okay. And what is the theory or what is the spiritual thought or philosophy of this?
The idea is
Of this, what is it called? The light of mindfulness. What's
Yes.
the spiritual philosophy?
the idea is that everyone has a light inside of them that they're born with. And when I say born, I mean their original birth in a past life, their very first birth. And if you can find that light, it will open doors for you to get past the trauma that you've experienced in other lives. The instrument is attuned to the specific person, and that helps them achieve that state.
Why does she have to buy 10?
Well, I attune it to get it started, and then later I meet with the person and make it specific to them.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
He said it was a suggestion. You didn't have to buy all 10.
He basically told me at the time, he threatened me that I would lose my position in the commune if I did not keep the numbers up.
And later,
So now you said she needed something about the stairs?
This her going up and down the stairs is issues with her knees.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of June Silish, who is suing Noel Gadda for fraud.
Well, she had to buy 10 in order to use the instrument to recruit people.
She didn't have to buy 10.
That's what you just said.
Recruiting was a voluntary thing. This is a spiritual group. It's not a job.
I got it. And I said, why did she have to buy 10 instruments? And you said because she was a good recruit and she would use that to recruit the people. So she had to buy the 10 as part of her recruiting process, right?
10 was a suggestion. There are no obligations within this group.
Okay. He said it was a suggestion. You didn't have to buy all 10.
He basically told me at the time, he threatened me that I would lose my position in the commune if I did not keep the numbers up. In other words, like buy as much and push them on
What was
people
your
as much
position
as
in the
possible.
commune?
I was basically like his secretary at some point, like working directly underneath him. And anytime that there was any little mistake or if I questioned anything, he would threaten that like I would
I
either
never
be kicked out of the
threatened her.
commune
Okay,
or
now I am not allowed to dispute or not dispute whether something is a religion. So is this called a religion? She said it's not a cult, it's a religion. So is it organized as a religion, and does it have documents? Is there a corporation? Is it a religious corporation?
It's a spiritual group, yes. I don't
Is it
know
a
if you
religious
would...
corporation? Is it organized under the state as a religious group?
Yes, it is.
You know, that's a real loose word, religion. And there is no clear definition of it, and there is no clear requirement for something to be a religion, and there is no test as to whether it is or isn't, because I can't say you have to do X, A, B, C, D to be a religion, and if you do A, B, C and don't do D, you're not a religion. That's not the way the law is in terms of defining what is or is not a religion.
in my time in the commune, he would basically just like pull these rules out of thin air and just like push them on all of us. There was never any actual documents. We weren't actually a recognized church of
How do
any
you know
sort.
that?
Because
Did
I
you go
was-
check it out?
I was his secretary and I ran all the paperwork for him, and the majority of it was all financial. So it was money that was just going to his pockets.
Did you check with the Secretary of State to determine whether or not it was a religious entity?
I did not.
Unfortunately, Ms. Silish, I can't punish people, and we can't make people pay because they were able to convince you to do something of your own free will. You weren't forced to do it. He has the ability to convince you. And at some point now you realize that I don't like it. I think it's more of a cult. But I do know this, is that you're in control of your mind and your thoughts. And you have to analyze. and you need to investigate, and you need to check things out before you join. So you got excited over him at another spiritual conference. And who was running that spiritual conference? What group?
I believe it was a group that he actually funded.
Who was running that spiritual conference that you were teaching?
I was running it.
And how did you get to know this? How did you get to that spiritual conference in the first place to meet him?
There was another girl in my initial trauma group therapy that was actually really intrigued by what he was doing, and she persuaded me to go with her. She ended up...
You have to stop using the word persuaded. It's convinced. I mean, you listened to what she had to say, and you believed that you could be helped as a victim of sexual abuse by going to this and by attending this.
I later found out that she was basically just doing exactly what they do, which was like, you know, she technically recruited me into it, so the person...
She recruited you?
Yeah.
And now you were supposed to recruit others. And at some point you decided, I don't like this, right?
Yes.
And you paid a lot of money to be a part of it.
Yeah, all out of pocket.
$2,500. And now you want me to order him to pay it back.
Yeah.
Why do you think he should pay it back?
Because he's basically emotionally manipulated me into spending all of that money.
I wish that there was a law that would allow me to make people pay back money because they had the power of persuasion to convince other people to do things. But I cannot require him under the law to refund your money because he was teaching something that persuaded you. It caused you to believe in him after listening to his lecture. You joined the organization willingly. You did what he asked willingly. He didn't tie you down. He didn't lock you up, did he?
No.
I understand your feelings, but unfortunately, I can't order him to repay the money. So judgment for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
June, I'm sorry it came to
wanna hear
this.
You're a monster.
Coming up,
Do you agree that he had all of these things done at your mom's house?
I agree he had them done.
Do you agree that she needed to have it done?
No, I don't agree that she
Okay,
needed to have it done.
what do you disagree about?
I disagree with the amounts.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
In the matter of Carver Williams versus Sierra Williams, brother and sister, fighting over the repairs or upgrades to Mama's house. You say, Mr. Williams, that the two of you agreed to split the cost?
Yes, ma'am.
You fronted all the costs, and now sister saying she's not paying. Sister, defendant, you say he doesn't deserve. Is this really about whether he deserves the money? Let me start with Mr. Williams. Tell me about it.
Basically, we agreed my mother's home needed some upgrades regarding her getting up and down her stairs. She had an incident with her stove, so we got her stove shut off.
What's the incident with her stove?
She was cooking and walked away, forgot about what she was doing, and it caused a small fire.
So you put a shut-off valve on it?
We did.
So now you said she needed something about the stairs?
Just her going up and down the stairs, it's issues with her knees.
So what'd you do about that?
We got her a stair lift.
The stair lift.
We got her a new mattress as well as a cover, a protective cover.
So what type
for
of
it.
mattress did you get?
Top of the line, you know, it's my mom.
Okay, is it just a regular mattress or adjustable?
No,
or
it
what?
goes with an adjustable bed. That was also.
Well, you didn't say that.
purchased.
So you got an adjustable mattress and a mattress cover.
Correct.
How much was that, approximately?
A little over $2,000 altogether.
All right, then what else?
We also got her raised toilet seat. That was probably about $190. And also a shower seat.
Did you have the shower seat made within the bathtub, or is it one that you can pick up and sit over
You could
inside
pick it
the
up,
bathtub?
but it's $200, $203.
Coming up,
Was there a back and forth between the two of you to decide what mom's needs were and who and how they were going to be provided?
Yes.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Carver Williams, who is suing his sister, Sierra Williams, for $4,030.21.
So, do you agree that he had all of these things done at your mom's house?
I agree he had them done.
Do you agree that she needed to have it done?
No, I don't agree that she needed to have it done.
What do you disagree about?
I disagree with the amounts because my brother could have communicated with me. He could have called me. We could have worked something out together. He wanted me to pay something that was out of my price range. Like, he has the funds to be able to pay for this $8,000. If you know that I'm living with mama, how are you going to charge me just as much?
Okay, so you said he should have talked to you. You had no knowledge he was doing all of this?
No, ma'am. I had a knowledge.
When did you get knowledge that he was doing upgrades on your mom's house?
When he was already paying for it.
Oh, after he had started it?
Yes, ma'am.
There was no discussion in advance?
She knew I was doing it.
Not your turn. No discussion in advance?
No, ma'am. There was not a discussion for $8,000.
Was there a discussion about doing upgrades or doing something to help your mother?
No, ma'am.
So what do you do for her? You live there?
I do everything for her. I
Like?
take her to the grocery store, church, events, bingo, anything and everything that my
Does your
mother
mom
needs.
drive?
No, she does not, ma'am.
So you drive her. Do you have any other siblings?
No, I do not, ma'am.
Was there a back and forth between the two of you to decide what mom's needs were and how they were going to be provided?
Yes.
So why you don't have any understanding of that discussion?
I do have understanding of the discussion, but that's not how my brother related to me. He related to me as if this is what he wants for his mother, and he's going to provide the upgrades. He has the funds to be able to do that. So why would you pick things, high-end items that I can't afford if you want me to pay for it?
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
So did you ever say to him, okay, yes, I agree to do it, and we'll go half?
I did say that to a verbal agreement, but I never knew a final cost, Judge.
Well, but you won't ever know a final cost until it's done. But did you agree to pay half without knowing what the cost would be?
I did agree with
Well, that's the dumb mistake you
I did.
made. You shouldn't agree to pay half. What is your average monthly earnings?
about $2,000 a month.
And what are your average earnings?
I'm probably at around $12,000 a month.
So you earn 6 times the money that she earns.
I do.
Okay.
At least.
Okay. So I'm going to do the equation in terms of the cost of these upgrades in the same manner. She earns 1/6, so 8,000 into 1/6. $1,333, that's the order of the court. Defendant is ordered to contribute toward the cost of mother's upgrades, $1,333. That is the order of the court.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,333.
Maybe now we get back to being siblings.
I think not. Your money speaks for itself.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.